Hey, so this is a tour of what I've done so far, just so you can have an idea. It's obviously not finished yet, but I've made quite a bit of progress in the last few days. So I just wanted to give you a quick show to see if there's anything that actually I have some questions on this, but yeah, I have it all in it. Everything's showing, so you can kind of see who it's a little bit claustrophobic, especially here in the back, but it still has space for the garage here. This is the fridge. That's the toilet. It's a retractable toilet, so it extends out. I'll show you how that works in a minute. Um, and then there's a little bit of space here as well for extra storage. The reason why this toilet um, shrinks here is so that you can actually walk through. Um, so here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the left wall so you can actually see it a bit better. Left wall side. Sorry, right side actually. All right, so this is the mattress. I know it's taken out of the van here, but that's because the measurements are a few centimeters off. But I've measured it and it's possible to do this. I also need to bring the mattress down a bit to fix that. I'm gonna also hide the roof, just so you can see it a bit better as well. So the mattress here is, let's start from the right. So this is one of the wardrobes. There are two in total. The mattress will go up and it will stay like this when it's not in use. When it's in use, it will come down like this. The door is actually around here in this area, so there's actually plenty of space to walk in the door even if the mattress is down, to get into the cabinet and back. So whoever wakes up first basically can actually stay by the here's where the driver will sit and the passenger. So they will be swivel seats, so you can actually turn around and there will be a removable table. So this is the kitchen. So that's the second wardrobe. This is the kitchen sink and stove unit. It's according to measurements. Um, this is an extendable section of it here. I have it extended out just to show. Um, and here we have the other wardrobe. And this area here is actually going to be my office. So at the moment, I have these two versions of the table showing. I took the measurements. It's actually perfect size. I'm actually going to have a car seat here that I have a spare one. So that's going to be one of the passenger spare seats. That car seat's going to be facing this way. Um, and my feet are actually going to be able to fit down there. Um, these only one of these will be here, but it will be on a actuator, so you can go up and down. So I can actually have a standing up desk as well if I want to. I still want to decide what the size of the table will be, but that will be easier once I have it. I have everything else in place. This will probably be the last thing that I'll be including. So then we have the fridge. So that's the fridge over here. That's my full fridge. I've looked it up and it's crazy expensive to try and buy a fridge for these things. So my fridge turns out actually fits in the camper. So this is the only place I managed to find that I could actually fit it in, right? Um, so this is the toilet extended. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide everything else so you can just see how this works first. I took quite a bit of time designing this and building this here and thinking and measuring and making things in my room here to try and see how it works. So I'm just gonna hide everything so you can kind of see how that works. It's a little bit complicated, but it's fairly. I think it's gonna be extremely useful. I'll leave the floor so given a reference. Hide the desk and wardrobe, and I'll actually put in the right side again. Oh, or the left side, I should say. Where is the left side? Left side. Okay, so in here we have two parts to it, right? So these would be on rails, top and bottom. Um, this section here is actually lower than that section there. I actually saw this, someone built this. They didn't show the design, how they did it, but the video is it's very good. You can kind of see how they did it. So basically, when the shower is not being used and it's just a cubicle, you'll be a compost toilet in there that is removable, or that compost toilet can be fixed. It will depend on the comfort and the size of the compost toilet. Some of them are quite small, and basically if I want to use this, I just need to select it, and I'm just gonna move it so you can have an idea of how that would work. So you can see the reason why there is this gap here is because of the shape of that corner of the van. So I'm just going to move that and I'll show you how far I can actually go. So I can go as far as here, right? Which just about meets the other half of the toilet, of the shower, and closes it off. And that means that if I push the fridge back in there, I now have a walk past of 47 centimeters, which is plenty to walk past and actually get to the back. The reason why the fridge is not flush to the left here is because, again, the angle of the camper. So the top of it angles in, and then the fridge doesn't fit in that way. I'm going to shovel as far to the left as I possibly can. That the bottom of the fridge is actually not going to have as much of an insulation as the rest of it, especially because it's actually hot under the fridge anyway. So I'm not worried about that. And if anything, it's going to help it. And yeah, so that's basically the design. The idea here for this section is for this toilet here, is to actually, once it's extended, which just meets the fridge there, once it actually just has a little bit of a gap, so it doesn't actually touch it. Once it's fully extended, someone showering inside of it, there will actually be the door is going to be a slide door, and then here I still need to figure out how I'm going to engineer something to go in between this. So if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear. The only things I thought so far was a little curtain, a tiny little curtain rail that just for the two sides here, and that kind of flushes in, and it means that it gives a bit of extra privacy. And another thing that I thought of as well is maybe have something foldable that actually folds up or down from both sides, or from here, even from inside folds out this way, but then you'll be tricky because there's that shape there in the back as well. Anyway, I think that's long enough of video. Just wanted to show you how this works and what I've done so far. Let me know your thoughts, and thanks a million for taking your time and watching this.